Hey, good day, traders. Good day. This is my attempt of creating a Forex educational series that will take you from someone who doesn't know anything about the Forex market to someone who is knowledgeable enough about the Forex market that you can go in and trade profitably for the duration of your trading cycle. This is going to be a series of short videos. The idea behind what I'm doing is I want to teach you the way that I trade. And I use smart money concepts. Um, there are several different ways to trade, support and resistance. Wyckoff, uh, there's so many different quarters theories. There are many different ways to successfully navigate the Forex market. You only need to know one of them. And once you have the understanding of the Forex market and the understanding of how you should approach the market, that's when your self-discipline will control and dictate whether or not you will ever become a profitable trader on a consistent basis. Okay, so to kick this off, my name is Todd, aka I see Forex Clearly, aka the Pip Collector. If you are in my Discord, I trade smart money concepts. As I said before, what I want to do is kind of fast forward through the very basics. So the only way that I can do that is I can use an app called Japanese Candlestick Patterns. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my phone screen. And on my phone screen, I'm going to show you how you can actually do the same thing. It doesn't really matter where you are. If you never looked at this app, I would encourage you, take a look at the app if you can, if you have time. So Japanese Candlestick Pattern is the JCP app up here. Of course, you can't film the app, so it's not going to let us do it. What I want to do, though, is just show you what it looks like. JCP, right? And the app comes up right there at the top of the screen here. All right, that's what the app looks like. When you click on the app, I've screen grabbed what we would actually see. So when you first pull up the app, you're going to go inside. It's going to say FX University. You want to click the enroll button. Okay. Once you click the enroll button, you'll see three levels. You'll see foundation. This is the totally beginners level of Forex, like what is Forex? From that level, then you have undergraduate, then you have postgraduate, okay? It's something for everybody in these apps. So if it's something that you're interested in, I would suggest that you spend a little time there, even if you don't agree with everything that's taught. We all trade differently. There is something for everybody. So I am going to actually go down the foundation part of it. It has a syllabus, and it's talking about what Forex actually is, okay? So Forex is basically the largest market that you can trade. It's a global market. It's for those of you who are American or those of you who have knowledge of the American Stock Exchange, or the New York Stock Exchange. Um, the New York Stock Exchange is very, very small compared to the Forex market. So the Forex, it involves two parties, right? Buyers and sellers. And it involves two different currencies. All right. You have to trade one currency against another currency, whether you're trading the US dollar against the euro, the US dollar against the Japanese yen against the Great Britain pound. There are, several currency pairs that are available to be traded. All right. Um, with that being said, once you understand which currency pairs you want to trade, you'll have to pay attention to market conditions, liquidity, so on and so forth. All of those things we will approach, as we get further into our lesson. Okay. The size of the Forex market is over $5 trillion at this point. All of that stuff is really minutia. The most important thing I think that a new trader needs to understand is the Forex market is traded by institutions, whether it's hedge funds, banks, central banks, not regional banks, but central banks, or any other entities that might have in the billions or trillions of dollars to trade. So the Forex market is designed for those entities to buy and sell currencies, right? It was not open for the retail trader, which is me and you. It was not open for us to participate in until I guess after 2000, right? When the internet advanced to a point to where everybody had access to the information, they opened it up to us. All right. So the retail trader, we are not invited or included in this market to be winners. We are a form of liquidity, right? The banks have another avenue of taking our money, and they do it very, very great. At a very high clip. Most people who trade only lose. Okay. So you, as a new trader, you will lose. And that's the name of the game. You will lose. Losing is what turns us into winners, right? That's called experience. We lose, we get experience, right? This happens in everything that we do, from walking, talking, sports, relationships. You don't know until you know. And, part of my reasoning or part of me being here sitting in front of this camera is to try to talk to you and help you to avoid some of the pitfalls. It is impossible for me to help you avoid all of the pitfalls. You're going to fail, but we're going to try to expedite your journey from novice to professional. All right, from loser to profitability. Okay, we will at least get the information in front of you and the information into your brain stream there. How hard you study, what you put into this will be a direct reflect of how long it takes you to become a profitable trader. Okay, this is not something that will happen overnight. I will submit to you that it's probably going to take multiple years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Within the group that I have here, I've been teaching since 2021. And I really want to say this year, there seems to have been a breakthrough of people who are qualified funded accounts, people who have actually gotten withdrawals from those qualified accounts. So I understand that one withdrawal does not make you a profitable trader. But what I will say is, if you can qualify a funded account, you have everything that you need to be a successful trader. Once you can do that, it's just wash, rinse, and repeat. So we want to continue to take steps in that direction, and you know, it's up to the individual once you get this knowledge. Okay, so back to what the forex market is and the size. All right. The top three most traded currencies are the US dollar, the euro, and the Japanese yen. Okay. The market is a 24-hour a day market. Okay. It's a 5-day a week market. So the market opens at Sunday, 5 p.m. New York time, or that's Eastern Standard Time, and it closes at 5 p.m. New York Standard Time on Friday. So you have plenty of time to make money. All right. A lot of people have FOMO, or they have anxiety about getting into the market. You don't have to worry. There will be plenty of time. You can trade. You'll have to decide on a schedule that best suits you as an individual. Okay. There are 3 sessions. We call it the Asian session, and it starts when Auckland, New Zealand trades at 8 in the morning, Auckland, New Zealand time. That will be 5 p.m. New York time on Sunday. That's when the market's open. And that's called the Asian session. Okay. About 8 a.m. Great Britain time. I want to say it's about midnight US time, East Coast time. That's the London session. And that's when the London session opens. Okay. Germany comes on about an hour before London. So if you want to trade that session, or if you're up at those hours of the night, the market is open and available to you. And then naturally we have the New York session, which starts about, we'll just call it 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. New York time. So those are the 3 sessions. Depending on where you are in the world, you may want to trade your sessions. Okay. There are time-based setups that I like to use, or times that the market is more volatile, or the moves tend to happen more often, and we'll get into that later on. But these are just the basics of what the actual forex market is. Again, download that JCP app, log on, check out those sessions. It's in the syllabus. What is forex? The structure and the participants. The 4 common ways to trade forex. Okay. You can trade CFDs. You can trade currency pairs. There are many different ways that you can trade the forex market, and we trade CFDs. CFDs, I always try to tell people that I would leave those to the more skilled traders, but at some point you will be wanting to dive into those. So, I would just tell you to take caution and always protect your capital. Your number one objective is to protect your capital. It's not to make money. It's to protect your capital. Okay. So we talked about the sessions. As far as the golden days and hours, I guess Wednesday is the most traded, day of the market. Some people shy away from Mondays and Fridays. I don't subscribe to any of that thinking. Okay. I trade when I see the setup, and I get out of the market when it hits my take profit. So I'm not a boogeyman type guy. I'm not going to say don't trade this time or don't trade this day. I know some people have those hangups, but we'll have to let you decide whether you feel the need to not trade a certain day or a certain time. Okay. Let's talk about some advantages of trading Forex. There's high liquidity, which means there is a lot of money out there. So your order can be filled very quickly. If you know what you're doing, there are ways that you can make a living in a little amount of time. Most of the time, I am able to make what I used to make in a month. I can make it in a week, and it's relatively inexpensive. Once you have a good understanding of what you're doing and you're comfortable, you have brokers out there that offer high leverage. Leverage is something that will be important to you in the future, because the more leverage you can use, the more money you can make. It's also risky. It's a double-edged sword. So the more money that you use or that you risk, the more money you have the propensity to lose. So as a beginner, the lower leverage is going to work in your favor. And once you gain some experience and you become a professional, then you want to seek a higher leverage environment. So you can trade around the clock. We talked about that. And as far as manipulation, there's manipulation in everything. So I don't want to lie to you and say, hey, the markets aren't manipulated. They are. But if you trade smart money concepts, you will learn to recognize the manipulation, and after the manipulation, you'll be able to execute a trade, and understanding that the market was just manipulated. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I think we will end this video, the beginner Forex course. We talked about what Forex was. We talked about the participants. We talked about, what you can trade. We talked about the sessions, the advantages. Before we get out of here, though, I want to talk about the disadvantages. Okay. The disadvantages of trading Forex. You're going to lose. You can't get around that. You're going to lose. If you cannot control yourself, you will lose everything that you put in. So if you keep using your ATM card, you're going to lose your money. You have to have a budget. You have to have control. Okay. And before you put any real money in the market, you should learn to trade on a demo. All right. A demo account is a dummy account that you can take trades on the actual Forex market, and you can see your results. Now, some people will tell you that the demo account doesn't really matter because you don't feel the emotions. And I disagree. I think that the demo account does matter, because if you can earn money on that demo account and you can do it repeatedly, then you have the skill set that it takes to do it in a live market conditions. Now, we all have emotional attachments. We all have barriers, psychological barriers when it comes to money. Depending on how you grew up and what you were taught when you grew up, that might affect your ability to hold a trade. And this is where self-mastery comes in, right? I say you must master yourself or you will never make money. All right. So if you're willing to work on those things, if you're willing to do what it takes to master yourself, if you're willing to sacrifice your time, if you're willing to make Forex the number one priority in your life, that's what it will take to make you a successful trader. Okay. Now, many of us have situations that might not allow us to do these things. You need to understand that going in. Okay. Forex requires time to study. If you have a girlfriend, wife, overly demanding job, then this may not be the thing you want to do. Maybe you need to come back when those situations are different. All right. If your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend are okay with you doing this, that's awesome. But I want to go ahead and tell you that they might be okay with it at first, but because this is going to consume you once you go down this rabbit hole, it's probably going to come to a point to where it causes friction in those relationships. So you have to understand that going in, and I want you to know that up front. I don't want you to think that this is going to be some candy ride. This is not. This will be the most difficult journey that you ever take in your life. I was in the Army for 20 years, and I thought I was disciplined, but the truth is none of us are disciplined, right? We've all done exactly what we wanted to do since we left mama's house, right? For 2 months in the Army, I had to do what the Army said do. And to be honest with you, that's what I reflected on when I was, learning Forex. And even now, I still eat cold chicken breast and a vegetable a lot of the times, because when I was trying to get myself disciplined, I went to a strict diet. I stopped playing the video game. I stopped chasing women. I stopped everything. And I set myself a strict schedule. I'm telling you this because those of you who want to be successful in Forex will do whatever it takes to achieve what you need to do, right? Now, some of you might not have to put all that to the side. I'm talking about my personal experience. So just understand that everybody's experience will be a little bit different, okay? So if you're coming back for video number 2, I'll see you in video number 2. If not, I appreciate you sticking around and listening to me rant. All right, until the next time, take care, traders.